Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again, still updating you on what is happening at the appeal court as it has to do with the case of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Don't forget, we've informed you that it didn't happen at the Supreme Court as wrongly circulated by the media. Actually, it's happening in the Court of Appeal. If you check our other video, you're going to see exactly why everything had to go back to the appeal court. But right now, Ezeume, who is the legal leader, the legal team leader of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, has stood his ground as the federal government has put up another request for adjournment of the case. But you get to hear exactly what Mike Ezeume have to tell the court, which has put the court on hold right away. According to the news, the Court of Appeal Abuja Division has been told that the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, is terminally ill and needs to undergo an operation. Lead counsel to the IPOB leader, Chief Mike Ezeume, told the three-member panel of the justices of the appellate court on Monday while objecting to a request by David Kwaswe, counsel representing the federal government, for an adjournment in the hearing of federal government application seeking a stay of execution of the judgment of the court which discharged Kanu from the 7-count charges of treasonable felony preferred against him. Kwaswe told the court that he needs time to respond to the processes served on him last Friday, as well as a list of additional authorities served on him earlier this morning by the respondent. In view of the service and the extant rule of this court, this application may not be ripe for hearing today. That was what he told the court. But objecting to the request for adjournment, Kanu's counsel said that the processes were served on the appellant on Wednesday last week and not Friday, adding that the counsel to the federal government has no reason to ask for an adjournment. The case is ripe for hearing, Ezeume had said, and requested that the appellant court should release Kanu as ordered by the court in the judgment delivered on October 13. They should release him if they want an adjournment. It will not destroy the rest of the matter if Kanu is released. Meanwhile, the court has stood down for the hearing in the matter till a particular time to enable federal government counsel to go through the list of additional authorities filed by the respondent. More information will be coming after the end. Guess what? This has triggered a lot of reactions from Nigeria. Someone here say, if Nnamdi Kanu falls sick, how many that sick his, how much sickness, how special is the sickness, ill health is, take him to government hospital for, okay, he said they should take him to government hospital for treatment. Is that how you people want him to rule? He's going abroad for treatment while you are going to government hospital. I don't know what this person is saying. This one says, if government cannot obey court order, what's the essence of having judiciary? So what government is doing now is to show that they are above the law. This is a serious issue. Another person here says, political matters, so discharged and acquitted is not working in Nigerian court. This is a strong case, I must say. Someone here says Supreme Court is afraid not to go after. My brother, Supreme Court has nothing to do with this case right away. The case is still in appeal court. We have to know that the federal government is seeking stay of execution to stop Mazin Nnamdi Kanu from being released. So get that right. Someone here says that now the court has no power to order them to release Kanu before listening to their appeal. Abi, another person here says confusion, anxiety is disturbing these guys, I must say, because of a simple man as Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. It's a serious issue. The lawyers are confused. What a shame. After spending years in university reading law, coming out with not, my brother, they are not confused. We have to get this thing right. You understand? They are not confused. But we all know that democracy in Nigeria is African democracy. So a lot of time you see that the executive seems to have more power than even the judiciary. Everybody was expecting that the case would be taken to Supreme Court, but amazingly, it's still at the Court of Appeal, and it is like that because already those who are at the helm of affairs, that's for those who were at the helm of or the three men who were in three justices who were in the Court of Appeal has been transferred out, so which makes their judgment null and void. That's where we are right now. This one says here, I sincerely hope the word terminal was used loosely here without knowing the real meaning, because a terminal illness means the person will eventually die of the disease. God forbid. Yeah, that's something to correct there. Someone here said, I pray the issue of Nnamdi Kanu will not result to a serious civil war that will lead to the death of millions of Nigerians. God forbid, my brother. We don't have the strength to fight any civil war. We've seen what has happened in Russia and Ukraine up till today. The United States of America seems not to say anything about it. So anyone who is seeking for a civil war is strictly on his own. We are hopeful that the rule of law will take course, because not because people are in support of one person or the other, but it's good that Nigeria start proving that we are getting mature day after day, when it comes to democracy. We've been around this democracy for a long time, and being that we have been around democracy for a long time should quicken our, growth, kind of, Come on, look at the age we've been around. Though our democracy is still very youthful, but then we have to realize the need, to grow. Don't forget that the International Council and spokesperson for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, talking about Mr. Bruce Fein, before now had ordered the United States of America to impose sanctions against President Muhammadu Buhari and Attorney General of the Federation here, and he's saying that because of the disobedience, against the October 13, 2022 Court of Appeal judgment, which discharged and acquitted the person of, the person of Nnamdi Kanu. It's a troubling one here, I must say, and trying to bring in the United States government, it wouldn't still save the day, because we already know that this is a sovereign state. As much as Nigerians can, or much as the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can put up with a lot of things to make this thing happen, that will be a plus for them. But to say you bring in US and all of that, it won't really suffice. After all, we've seen cases where United States of America would have intervened. Well, those guys are just quiet and watching every sovereign state do what they know best to do to keep their country afloat. That's where we like to leave it. Let's keep waiting to hear what the outcome